The number of suicides in South Africa went up by 18% last year. That's according to Discovery Life, which collected data from client claims. It found that the value of death claims almost tripled. The coronavirus accounted for 49% of female deaths and 44% of male deaths. To speak to us about these statistics, I'm joined by Kashmeera Kanji from Discovery Life. Kashmeera, thank you very much for your time this evening. So Discovery Life revealed that the value of death claims almost tripled. And suicides rose by 18%, which is very alarming, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But what do you think were the contributing factors to this alarming spike, seeing as especially the coronavirus has been around for about 2 or 3 years now?
I think it's true, and I wouldn't call it alarming because we've been watching this trend over some time now. So if you look at the 4 years pre the pandemic and the 4 years thereafter, so from December 2021, 4 years back, the number of suicides has actually increased by 25%. Year on year, it's been an 18% increase, but that increase has been steadily increasing over time, just showing that there needs to be a conscious decision by society to address the mental health concerns that we're all facing. The pandemic specifically has been a period of serious loss for so many people, loss of our freedom, loss of our health, loss of loved ones. And I think that has really contributed towards this increase that we've seen just in the last year alone.
Talk to us a little bit about the statistics regarding payouts for life claims related to deaths from COVID-19 and what you've seen in terms of the past 2 years in terms of trends.
The trends have been quite interesting, Anli. I mean, you know, COVID-19 has been the headliner at almost any insurance industry and worldwide, with COVID being the leading cause of death. And in fact, it's outstripped any form of leading cause of death in the past, where in the past we saw cancer and cardiac conditions such as heart attacks being the #1 cause of deaths. Over the last couple of months and almost, in fact, years, we've seen COVID-19 being the #1 cause of death in people. Now, this death has been, of course, has resulted in a tripling of the claims that we've seen pre-pandemic to post-pandemic. And some of the trends coming outside of that are quite interesting. So a lot of people have typically been avoiding hospitals for their routine care or vaccine. They have a 99% reduction in their mortality rate. What we see is that, especially at Discovery, we've got a behavioral mechanism that's built into the product, and we find that more people who are likely to choose healthier lifestyle choices have elected to vaccinate. And so those people who are quite engaged in the model typically have far better mortality outcomes post-COVID-19 infection. Now, this coupled with engagement in health and wellness, like exercise and good diet, has also improved the outcomes once infected with COVID-19. So we've seen an 85% reduction in people who are both who are exceptionally health conscious and behaving and choosing the correct lifestyle choices post-infection with COVID-19. Their risk is significantly lower with a shot of passing away from COVID-19.
Kashmeera, many people use life insurance as a way to safeguard their family's future. For insurers, obviously, paying out is an eventuality that's going to happen, but obviously early payouts aren't what we want in any event. So is life insurance likely to become more expensive as we see COVID-19 deaths? Obviously, you know, this pre-pandemic rates, are they still achievable or not at all?
Only what we've seen industry-wide is that for new policies taken out today, they are definitely more expensive than they were in the past pre-pandemic, and that's accounting for this unexpected risk that has just come up. Something like a pandemic isn't something we would have priced for, and likely it was last priced for a century ago. So yes, taking out a policy today is more expensive than taking out a policy pre the pandemic. But having said that, I think there's so many ways, as we've just touched on, to reduce that risk that there are ways for insurers to ensure that they aren't paying out those early claims. But insurance is there for exactly that. We've paid claims on policies that were in force for as little as 3 days just in the last year. And some of the claims we paid out were on policies that were 21 years old. So there's a range, there's a spectrum, and this is what we're here for. This is what life insurance is here for, to protect you from that eventuality and from those unexpected risks at any given point in time. This is our purpose as an industry.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. That was Kashmeera Kanji from Discovery Life.